I think the spirit world is one of the most unique and wacky concepts in the Avatar universe. It's a mysterious environment with little to no rules that bound the spirits. The only actual rule is people can't bend unless you walk through a spirit portal after a certain someone idiotically opened it instead of asking their past lives for guidance. It really does feel like a place you can't find on Earth, and there's no limits to the types of spirits you'll encounter. You can meet a monkey meditating. You can watch this 100-foot wolf in the background. You can get kidnapped by a dragon. The spirit world is not a normal place at all. It is so weird.
I've seen that same spirit mushroom 5 times.
That's not the same mushroom.
Yes, I am.
But in the Netflix show, the spirit world isn't weird. It's whack. It's just a foggy blue forest with spirits that shouldn't even be in this season. It literally looks like they shot this scene the same day as they shot these scenes, but they added a fog machine and switched the filter to blue. It's so boring, it's painful to look at. But what really broke me was Koh. I know out of everything to talk about, it's kind of ridiculous to choose Koh. I could talk about Zuko's lack of anger, Katara's lack of everything, and Zhao's lack of... Actually, I like Zhao. I think he's kind of funny.
I swear I will not rest!
But Koh is my favorite spirit. He's not evil, and he's not good either. He's a completely neutral spirit that behaves based off of rules he set for himself. If you have the balls to actually have a conversation with him, he'll answer your questions honestly. He has no ulterior motives or any reason to lie. But the most unique thing about him was the one rule he lived by. If you show emotion in any way, he'll steal your face. And he won't make it easy for you either. He'll raise his voice, crawl around you, and jump at you just to make you uncomfortable and get a reaction out of you. It doesn't matter if you're human, animal, or even other spirits. If he catches you showing the littlest of emotions, your face is gone. But the Netflix show takes the time to get a hold of the character and completely purify him of everything that makes him unique and interesting. Koh wasn't interesting because he looked like a centipede. He was interesting because he was a neutral spirit that lived by an obscure rule. His appearance was just to enhance his character and the tone of the situation Aang was in. That's a unique character trait that you wouldn't find in other movies and TV shows. It was also unique because we could put ourselves in Aang's situation. I've had so many conversations with friends and we all collectively agreed our faces would have been stolen. And I know none of you actually believe you wouldn't have came out looking like Question. But in the Netflix show, he's a complete downgrade like most of the characters. Here, he's just the antagonist who hunts in the fog of lost souls from Legend of Korra and feeds on people's despair. And for some arbitrary reason, they removed the one rule he followed. I was so mad, I didn't even know if I wanted to finish the episode. He devolved into the villain of the week when that was never his role. He was an obstacle, but he was never an antagonist. And if you wanted to make Koh the main antagonist, at least stay true to the core theme of the character. And I know this is a little nitpicky, but I'm really disappointed in his demeanor. In the show, Roku said Koh is extremely old, and you get to see that not only in the way he acts, but also in the many faces he changes into. He's creepy, but very knowledgeable. He knew who the original spirits were, but he also knew Aang already came in contact with them. But in the live-action show, they do this watered-down, monotoned attempt at repeating the exact same dialogue from the animated show without the gravitas of the original.
You know me?
How could I forget you? One of your previous incarnations tried to slay me.
Do I know you?
I should say so. One of your previous incarnations tried to slay me.
Koh kind of had a personality in the original. You could tell by his dialogue. But in the live-action show, he's basically repeating dialogue that has already been said, but better.
Why did he or I try to kill you?
Oh, it was something about stealing the face of someone you loved.
Why would I try to kill you?
Oh, it was something about stealing the face of someone you love.
But you know all about stealing, don't you?
Even his first appearance is a downgrade. This was the first time you saw him in the original show.
Welcome.
Now let's see how Netflix does it.
So much despair.
Netflix completely changed this character, and it wasn't in service of a better story. It feels like the writers watched the original scene, and the only information they retained was he looks creepy and changes faces. And he only changed faces twice. I didn't get no owl face, I didn't get no old man face, I didn't get no blue face. Then they added some things from the comics just so Aang can go on this adventure in the next episode. But the funniest part in all of this was that after he got his pop figure of his mom back, he just decided, you know what? I I'm not hungry anymore. Aang was gone for a while, right? So wouldn't it have been funny if Aang came back and Koh was like, oh, sorry bro, I just finished my meal. You were gone for a while, bro.